for the 2015 NJ Craft Arts Annual exhibiting at the Morris Museum from February 12th to April 20th. Congratulations. Robert White, the Columbia High School boys fencing coach, was named NJ Boys Fencing Coach of the Year for 2014 and will be honored at a luncheon in March. Congratulations. And fine arts teachers across our school district are exhibiting artwork at the Piero Gallery in the art exhibit 11-Point Perspective. Please check it out. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Pye. And now for our board acknowledgments and retirements, our second vice president, Ms. Wright.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out on such a bitter evening. It's always good to see all of y'all look good. But I say that. First of all, the Board of Education acknowledges and extends its thanks and appreciation to Bernadine Mitchell-Gons for a donation of $1,000 to the Social Studies Department to enable Columbia High School students to attend the Marion Thompson Lecture Series, curating Black America, one of the oldest, largest, and most prestigious Black History Month events in New Jersey. Give it up. And we would also like to thank Martin Weber, I call him Marty, a South Orange Middle School social studies teacher, for a donation of historical, biographical, and nonfiction books to the South Orange Middle School Library for student use. Give it up for Mr. Weber. Always nice to give back. And we'd also like to thank Daniel and Judith Ellsworth for a donation of $50 to the Tuscan Library. Go Tuscan! And I would also like to say congratulations to one of my former colleagues, Miss Ellen Hark, who will be retiring from South Orange Middle School. I know, go ahead, say it. She's just a wonderful person and just, oh man, I taught her kids and everything. This is great. Everybody should be able to retire. And to Denise King. And to Denise King from South Mountain School. Remember that South Mountain Minute? I want to say congratulations to her too. And I hope all of you get to be where I am. Retired.
Thank you, Ms. Wright.
You're welcome.
And next on our agenda is approval of board minutes. For approval, we have the executive and public session minutes of February 2nd, the executive session minutes of February 7th, and the executive session special meeting of February 11th. Any questions or amendments to the minutes? Nope. Okay. Fine. And then we can proceed with the next item on our agenda, which is our monthly superintendent's progress report on district goals. Mr. Memoli.
Good evening, Board of Ed members and members of the community. I am pleased to provide an update on the progress we have made toward the 4 goals since the meeting earlier this month. Goal 1 is about student learning. On for discussion tonight is an update on park readiness. All of our focus schools are submitting assessment data in math and language arts for the Cycle 3 review. The members of the Regional Achievement Center will meet with principals to review the status of achieving specific school improvement goals. Various innovative projects are taking place across the district, including virtual debates with Ms. Butler's 6th grade English language arts classes at South Orange Middle School, and literary essays for 4th grade students across the district. Goal 2 pertains to professional staff. At Jefferson School, Renee Schillinger, a staff developer, worked with teachers on closed reading strategies to develop students' ability to analyze text. A staff developer worked with K-2 teachers at Seth Boyden and Clinton schools on writing strategies for our youngest writers. At Seth Boyden and Clinton schools, the grades 3 to 5 teachers are working with a staff developer on reading workshop strategies and skills. 3 members of the preschool committee attended a presentation of a New Jersey Department of Education approved pre-K and K curriculum called Tools of the Mind, which helps young students develop the skills necessary to access school. We will be inviting them to do a presentation to our preschool staff and other interested parties. Goal 3 concerns engagement and outreach. Elementary parent-teacher conferences will take place this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This is a very important opportunity for parents and guardians to meet with their child's teachers to learn about all that they are learning and to receive their progress report. Thank you to all of our elementary staff for preparing for these important conferences. 2 more park events took place since our last board meeting. On Wednesday, February 4th, there was a meeting at South Orange Middle School for middle school families, and on Thursday, February 5th, there was a meeting for elementary school families at Seth Boyden School. A letter will go home to all families and staff this evening with further information about park. 2 Parent Center events are planned for March geared toward families of current 5th graders. One event is called Getting Ready for Middle School. This is on Tuesday, March 3rd at Jefferson School at 7:30 p.m. And another is called Always Changing, a 5th grade health film, and that will take place Monday, March 30th at Tuscan School at 7:30 p.m. Goal 4 pertains to resource management. With the recent snow and bitterly cold temperatures, the facilities department has been very busy responding to heat-related issues and snow removal. Kudos to the custodial staff and maintenance staff for working through the days and nights in response to the snow. Maintenance has also been responding to heating concerns as we have had issues related to the extreme temperatures. We appreciate the cooperation of students and staff and the understanding of parents as classes relocated when there were delays in resolving heating issues. A bond sale to refund the 2005 and 2008 series of bonds was held on February 3rd with very positive results. The refunding resulted in a total savings of over $1.5 million over the next 13 years, or an average annual savings to debt service of more than $119,000. Registration. Early kindergarten registration packets are being accepted through Thursday, March 19th. Any kindergarten students not registered by March 19th can be registered as part of the open registration beginning Monday, May 4th. Parents will be notified of kindergarten orientation no later than the end of May, and this notification will also serve as their confirmation of the child's school assignment. Early high school registration packets will be accepted starting Monday, March 30th through Thursday, April 2nd. Those students who take advantage of the early registration will be able to take advantage of the early high school placement testing, which will be scheduled by appointment only. Preschool registration is ongoing for general education students, and open registration for all grades will begin on Monday, May 4th. And finally, budget development continues with state aid figures expected to be released this Thursday. In a continued review of the Seth Boyden enrollment figures as outlined for consideration in the December budget analysis, we have some updates regarding the opt-in enrollments. The kindergarten figures reported indicating the drop in percentage of students opting into the program did not include some of the students who in fact did opt into the program. About 34% of the kindergarten students have opted into the program. When considering the other non-zone students currently in the Seth Boyden kindergarten that were placed at Seth Boyden, the total non-zone kindergarten population is actually above the 50% mark we aim for in each grade. Some of the parents that were placed at Seth Boyden because registration at their zone schools was closed have indicated an interest in returning to their zone schools for first grade. Continued attention to the Seth Boyden School with regards to budgeting as well as discussions taking place in board committees with specific discussions regarding recent requests for consideration from the Seth Boyden PTA are ongoing. And this concludes my update for progress on goals.
Thank you, Mr. Memoli. Are there any questions from board members for Mr. Memoli at this time? Ms. Pye.
Thank you, Mr. Memoli. While you have the floor, I just have a quick question or a request. Can you please just update the community as to what's happening with the Maplewood Middle Discipline Program plan? I've just had some parent outreach about that, and I'd just like to hear from you what's happening and whether that was initiated
Well, the
today.
plan was collaboratively developed with parents and with staff, and it's been floated out there. There is the opportunity as we implement it for the first time to make adjustments as we go toward the end of the year, and any feedback from parents or staff, students is welcome, and that will certainly be considered as we refine it or revise it for the fall.
So just to clarify, the plan as is was implemented today?
I believe so, correct? As was implemented today? Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay. We'll be talking about that then later.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any further questions for Mr. Memoli? Okay, thank you. And now it's time for a brief update from me on board goals, and I'll fold in also the superintendent search process. This, Ms. Pye, please hold me accountable on the timing. Very briefly, the aspects that I want to remind us of each month are how are we doing as a board in regard to listening to stakeholders or owners in the community on fundamental values in particular? How are we doing in what is, in a sense, really our most important job, which is selecting a leader and then figuring out how to measure and hold that leader accountable? And finally, how are we doing in regard to policy making? I want to focus on progress in regard to the superintendent search. I engaged in a process with the election of new board members in which our consultant, Hazard, Young and Attia, energetically pursued additional names, resulting in a viewing of additional names and additional activity in February. And we are earlier in this month, and we are very happy to say that we believe there is significant progress. At the same time, this is an ongoing process, and by its nature has to be a highly confidential one. We are hoping by the time of the next regularly scheduled board meeting in March to have further positive news to present on this most important, one of the most important duties of a Board of Education. Next, on policy making, we have on for tonight a second reading of a policy relating to parent refusal of standardized testing. We further have policies relating to advisement of student activities and athletics pertaining to coaching, among other things, and also a policy for in regard to what we mean by the often discussed term cultural competence. These areas, as we'll discuss later, are on for first reading, and this is very much part of a process of having an open dialogue among board members in which the community is very much present and welcome. So we're looking forward to moving forward on all three of these major fronts for us: listening, superintendent measuring and holding accountable, and policy making. Now, we come to one of our important points in our board meeting, which is the hearing of individuals and delegations. We have a significant number of you signed up for tonight, and as is often the case, the sign-ups fall into a number of certain significant areas of interest and or concern, starting with the International Baccalaureate. Remember that you can, if you wish, yield some or all of your time to another speaker. And remember that your input is very, very important, although we will not be engaging in direct colloquy or back and forth dialogue. What you say is highly important and will inform our process to the extent at the end of all remarks there is a moment for response by our superintendent or by myself as the president. We will